Hello, Leo. This is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your November 2024 energy forecast. And the first thing I'm hearing for you is to pull back, pull back, pull back. Maybe you've been doing too much lately, burning your candle at both ends. I know Leos are very big about being the center of attention and larger than life, and that sometimes can cause a little bit of burnout. So taking a step back, divesting from things that are on your plate that really aren't that significant or important, and just taking your time, slow down. If you'd like a more in-depth reading, you can contact me. There goes one card. Through my email address, sacredlovetarot1971@gmail.com. You can also contact me through YouTube and Facebook. So the first card we have is Angel of Love, Archangel Uriel, and taking action. So I feel this is all about the action that we are taking is to put more energy toward loving ourselves and our spiritual self than it is anything else. I talked about dialing it back. I talked about taking some things off your plate that aren't necessary for you to do. Talked about taking your time. This talks about showing self-love, allowing love, showing love, being love, giving love. Archangel Uriel, 7th chakra, being in your spiritual center, connecting with spirit, connecting with source, whatever religion, whatever deity, whatever angel, archangel, whatever guide or God. This is about you taking a step back and stepping more into your spirituality and stepping more into nurturing yourself, nurturing others, and allowing others to nurture you. I feel that is the action that is being offered to you or asked of you to take. This isn't about doing more. This is about offering more to self. Offering more to self. More love, more compassion, more balance, more connection to spirit. Delegating. This is also about, I said it in the beginning, not burning your candle at both ends. It is okay to have a good time. If that good time leads to not remembering what you did the night before, that could be a problem. It's okay to watch a little bit of TV. It's okay to allow yourself to just kind of get lost in something. I find myself, for the first time ever in my life, being very much invested in politics. I voted, but I find myself very much being on the edge of my seat a lot, very focused on what is going on with our country, with our society, with politics. So I'm going to digress from that. I'm not going to talk about that a lot, but that's an example. So if you find yourself overeating or over drinking or binge watching, try to do something to balance that out. If you have a lot on your plate, try delegating that to others. And for Leo not to be the center of attention, or for Leo not to be out there in the forefront, it makes me feel like you will then start feeling as if you are secluded or abandoned, looking for something else to do, looking for that sanctuary, looking for that next battle, looking for the answers, right? There is this need that you have to bring structure to your life. There's this need that you have to be doing something in order to make something. And if that's not happening, then there's this feeling of loss or feeling lost or feeling abandoned and cast out. So with the Emperor, perhaps maybe creating some sort of structure that allows you to, creating some sort of structure that says, okay, so I can do this without burning my candle at both ends. I can do this without making myself sick. I can do this without creating this energy of uncertainty or fear or lack, right? You don't always constantly have to be doing to be in that center of attention, to be there, right? So, and yeah, you're all about looking good. You're all about feeling good. You're all about loyalty. You're all about growth. You're all about making the money and having the good life and living the good life. Most Leos are anyway. I was married to one. I have experience. And I kind of think that when you're not doing that, when you're not the center of attention, when you don't have the structure, when you don't have this, when you don't have that, you really start feeling lost. So I kind of feel that the month of November for you, again, like I said, is about delegating. It's about learning to find that balance, right? You're all about love. You're all about compassion and empathy. You're all about imagination and inspiration. And these are the things that you want to do for yourself and for other people. You're also a giver. And it's weird to say that even though you are one of the zodiac signs that have to be in that center of attention, you are also a person who dotes on other people, who wants to give to other people, but you're also a person who can't, in my experience, you have to give the lecture, right? I'm giving this to you, but this is how you do this, right? This is how you can create this on your own. And what Spirit is saying is that practice what you preach, right? You're all about giving and telling people or teaching people how to achieve the success, but you have a really hard time accepting guidance from other people because there is this energy that you give off about, I have lived life, I experienced all of this, I know what I'm talking about, but your journey is completely different than the journey of others. And I think that when you're told that, or when you come to that conclusion, or when you realize that, there is really something that happens to where you become very closed off or shut down, and you feel that, you know, that what you are expressing to people and what you are teaching people is being taken advantage of, right? Something happens in the month of November to where you really start feeling victimized, right? Well, Spirit is saying, God is saying, Source is saying, whatever religion is saying, that I have to dial it back, right? That I have to start thinking about me first. I have to start showing love to me. I have to find that balance and that center ground. I have to, start learning how to receive as opposed to give. That I have to start creating this foundation, this structure in my life on balance and stability. And then there's a shift to where you think, or you feel that because this has happened, there is someone trying to manipulate the scenario, manipulate the situation. And all Spirit is saying is to keep focused, right? Don't allow the distractions of what your mind is telling you to distract you from what you are being guided to do by Source. It's a double thing here. There's two separate things here. There's you needing to offer love to self. There's you needing to connect to Spirit or Source. Maybe there has been a fracture in your meditation or your prayer or your church going, or you're out in nature or whatever that is. There has been some sort of separation there. And the action that you're being guided to take is to get back to that, right? Delegate, find the balance. But for some reason, there's this energy of feeling very lost, right? You're like, well, Spirit is saying that I need to do this and to do this, but if I'm not doing this particular thing, I feel lost. And what is that particular thing? Being the center of attention, the King of Pentacles, being out there in the forefront, being here I am, look at me, and being very much about family and friends and environment and people. And when you are being guided to take a step back from that, and learn how to receive as opposed to continuously give and give and give, there's this arch that happens that kind of feels like you're in your head, you're feeling like that someone is trying to victimize you, or someone's trying to take something from you, or someone is trying to downplay you, or someone is trying to create an energy of insignificance, or shadow over your popularity, or shadow over or shadow over you. And that is not the case at all. Spirit is saying, keep focused. There's a decision that has to be made here. Again, the two, balance. Finding that balance. And here you are with the two of swords. There's this, it's a cross thing. It's like, what do I do? And so you instead of using your intuition and going within, you start asking other people, but no one has lived the life that you've experienced. So asking other people is just going to cause you to get more and more and more down on yourself, and going down a rabbit hole you just don't want to go down. So let's look at how let's create some ideas, or allow Spirit to offer us some ideas on how we can have the best of both worlds, right? On how we can take a step back, how we can love ourselves, but how we can still be out there offering what we have to offer to other people without wearing ourselves out and burning our candle at both ends. Is that doable? Spirit asks. Is that doable? I don't know. I don't know. Time to see the truth. What is the truth? There's also a reconciliation here. Perhaps you were in a to-do with somebody and there's a need for reconciliation. Could be with a family member, could be with your significant other, whatever the case is, but there is seeing the truth into something. And the thing about, from my experience, the thing about Leos, it is very hard to express something to them. They have to know it first, if that makes sense. And if they don't know it, then they won't believe it until they've experienced it themselves. So they have to see the truth for what the truth is before they recognize the truth. So there's no use going on about it. Reconciliation and seeing the clarity of what is. Seeing the truth. Seeing the truth. They have to see the truth. You can't guide them to it. You can't tell them about it. They have to see it for what it is. And then there's a reconciliation that happens. All right. So we have a writer, moment, quick decision, and progress. So there is progress being made. That's a perk. Portal, originality, idealism. There is progression being made, right? It's like walking through this door, right? I'm taking that next step. I'm going where I need to go. We have peacefulness, receptiveness, and manifestation. So because you're seeing the clarity, because you're moving forward, because you're doing what you have to do to see the truth and to see the clarity, there's progress here. So that is good. That is good. You're also planting the seeds for something different, something new. Tears and joy of sadness. I love this because I was just talking about that. There's one side of her that recognizes and knows and sees the clarity and the truth. And that's where I think the sadness comes in. And there's another side of her that would much rather be in this joyful world of illusion, to where nothing is wrong and everything is right and everything is perfect and everything is good. Meditation for creativity. So if you're looking to express your creativity, now is the time to do that. Let's throw some, don't allow anything to anchor you down. You are wise. You are very wise. There's a lot of transformation happening. Connect to your angels and guides. There's the bee, being very busy. Slow down, dial it back. What is that? Oh, it's a mouse. It's a mouse. And this is a elephant, right? Or no, it's a stingray. There's a lot of critters here. Are you guided by any animals? We have the whale tail, the mouse, the owl, the butterfly, the bee, and the stingray. So there's a lot of transformation. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of busyness. There's a lot of wisdom. And that's great and all, but don't allow something to hold you back or hold you down. Don't allow that need to be the center of attention to hold you back and hold you down from seeing the clarity and the truth into to what is, if that makes sense, right? I know you need to be busy. I know that you feel the need to be busy, busy as a bee or busy, busy as a little mouse, gathering things for the winter to come. But it's very important that you don't allow these things to hinder you. And as for the feather, connecting to your angels, connecting to your guides, feathers to me are air. Air is swords, and this is really thinking about finding clarity and in the truth, finding clarity and the clarity that is being offered, and finding clarity in a moment of silence, in a moment of peace. Try to meditate if you can, be receptive to what you hear through this meditation, and do what you have to do. But this is all about a change coming for you personally, a change coming within yourself. I hope that helps. Know that you're divinely guided and love, Leo. Talk soon.